Like any old city, Tallinn has its fair share of ghost stories and legends. People in this city have learned to live with them and love telling the tales. But what this really comes down to is that there are buildings in Tallinn where you should think twice about spending the night or moving in. Here are the top ghostly places to not avoid in Tallinn at all costs. 1. Devil's Window at Rataskäivu 16. Let's kick off with the most famous scary story in the old town, the fake window of Rataskäivu 16. Once long ago, the then owner of the house fell on hard times. Things were looking bad until a stranger came to him with an offer: allow the stranger to host a party in the upper left room of the house, and in return there would be a bag of gold. The owner was more than happy and promised complete privacy. No one would even go up the stairs while the guests were there. The guests arrived and all went up to the little rented room. A lot more than the room should have been able to fit. As the party upstairs progressed, the owner got curious and snuck up to see what was happening. As he looked through the keyhole, he saw a wedding in full swing. But his hair turned white with fright because everyone at the party was on hooves and with horns on their head, and the beautifully decked out bride was accompanied by none other than the devil as the groom. The owner ran down the stairs and hid the whole night. When morning came and the roosters called out, then the whole party rushed out of the house and disappeared into the morning mist. The owner ran down the stairs and hid the whole night. When morning came and the roosters called out, then the whole party rushed out of the house and disappeared into the morning mist. By noon, the owner was brave enough to go up to the room where he found his bag of gold, only to have it turned to dung in front of him. No money for him. Ever since then, the devil has a habit of using the room whenever he wants, and so the following owners walled the whole thing in. 2. The building of St. Olaf's Church. St. Olaf's is a beautiful towering church in Tallinn Old Town that by tradition must be the tallest building in Tallinn's skyline. Today St. Olaf's is 123.7 meters high, but it was built to be even higher. In 16th century, during one of the rebuildings of the church, the spire of it was to become 159 meters high. But where to find a builder mad enough to do it? The work was dangerous and city short on money. In all contracts, the city made sure that money would only be paid if the tower was finished. Builders took up the challenge. But, oh misfortune. First one, then second, then third, and altogether 7 master builders fell off the tower to their death. All of a sudden, no one was willing to finish the church. It was cursed. St. Olaf's church tower. Along came a man who called himself Olaf and promised to finish the tower. All he asked was 1,000 pieces of gold, all the money the city had left. Tallinn had no choice but to accept the bargain, and Olaf started to build. He did all the most dangerous work himself and built the spire as high as it was asked. Only one thing was missing: the golden rooster from the top of the tower. Olaf himself climbed up under the eyes of the crowd gathered to see him finish his work. As the final nail hammered in, Olaf slipped and fell off the tower. He landed amongst the people, and all saw a snake and a toad crawl out of his mouth. Everyone called it the devil's work. Truly, the tower of St. Olaf's is quite unfortunate. It has been struck by lightning many times and burned down to 123.7 meters of height.